Like a lot of you guys, I'm a huge James Bond fan, and I got to thinking, what type of cologne does he wear? Now, obviously, it can't be something overpowering. He's got to be able to sneak up on people.
I can smell you.
I doubt he'd wear anything super sweet, and I suspect he would avoid gourmands. Now, if you go out there and search, you'll find there are fragrances out there claiming to be 007's colognes. To be transparent, gents, I bought them all, and I wasn't impressed. So in my opinion, what real fragrances would James Bond wear? Find out, gents, in today's video. First up on the list, we've got Floris's No.89 Eau de Toilette. Launched in 1951, this is a citrus, woody, aromatic, spicy fragrance that was a favorite of Ian Fleming. And as many of you guys know, Ian Fleming was the gentleman who wrote the James Bond novels, and it's pretty much understood that a lot of his favorite fragrances and watches and things like that made it into the novels, or it was inferred that James Bond would like them as well. Now, overall, this is a classic, very well-regarded fragrance. It's got a lot of notes. So right at the top, we've got the bergamot, we've got the orange, so the citrus. Then we've got a bit of lavender. We've got the petitgrain. We get into the middle notes. We actually have rose in there, yang yang. This is actually a very complex fragrance when you look at the way they wove it all together. At the base, we've got that sandalwood, we've got the vetiver, we've got oak moss with a bit of musk. Despite being 70 years old, it's an amazing fragrance. And if you're looking for an authentic James Bond fragrance, that's probably the one to start with. The only drawback is it's not widely distributed, so it's a little bit hard to find to be able to smell it before you buy. That being said, if you've smelt 1872 For Men by Clive Christian and you really like that, that one's a lot more expensive, then you're probably going to like this one. They have a lot of similarities, and a lot of people say, yeah, they would put them in the same vein. Gents, if you've ever worn a fragrance that set off smoke alarms, yeah, go ahead and smash that like button. Seriously, gents, you guys interacting with these videos lets me know that you like the video so I can make more like it, and it feeds the algorithm, which helps this video reach more people. So make sure to like, dislike, comment, and share. Now, if you want a fragrance that's actually mentioned in the books, you're going to want to check out Geo F. Trumper's Eucris. This one was featured in Diamonds Are Forever. Now, Eucris has been around for over 100 years, and this is going to be a really old school fragrance. It's mossy, woody, earthy. It's got a bit of a fruit in there, just an aromatic old school fragrance. Top notes, we've got black currant, coriander, and caraway. Middle notes are going to be floral, and to be honest, barely detectable. We've got lily of the valley and jasmine. And the base, this is where it's at. We've got sandalwood, oak moss, and musk. Now, at this point, some of you guys are saying, come on, Antonio, show me something modern. What would James Bond wear today? Well, if James Bond decided to go with a niche UK brand, I think he would go with Naughton & Wilson's Gravitas. Now, in case you don't know, this is a fragrance created by a YouTuber, Mr. Smelly. This guy's been in the game for a long time, and he loves old school classic fragrances. And that's exactly what this thing is. This is an aromatic, warm, spicy fragrance with lavender and a very earthy feel. So at the top, we got a bit of citrus. We've got the bergamot with the mandarin orange, and then we've got the lavender. The lavender for me is one of the stronger notes. I really enjoy it. In the heart of this fragrance, we've got cardamom. You are going to pick this up along with a bit of the spice, the coriander, and the pepper. Finally, at the base, we've got the patchouli, oak moss, vanilla, and ambergris. I don't really pick up much of the ambergris, and I don't pick up that much vanilla. And you can tell there's something there because there's a little bit of sweetness in this. At the same time, I find this is a very wearable fragrance, definitely something that is old school with a modern twist. And of all the fragrances on this list, this would be the one I would recommend to pick up first. Why? I love supporting other YouTubers. I'm not getting paid for this. I simply love the fragrance, and I really like the idea of you having a niche UK brand, something that's unique. Whenever you wear this, you're going to be the only guy in the room wearing this, and it's really old school. I love it. So if you want to check it out, I'll link to it and reviews of it down in the description of today's video. The next two fragrances, both coming from the House of Creed, we have Viking and Green Irish Tweed. So Viking is an aromatic green woody fragrance with a bit of citrus, definitely a bit of spice. This fragrance right here, I think, is misunderstood. A lot of people thought when it came out in 2017, it was going to be the Creed Aventus killer. No, it comes in a whole different space. This is definitely more classic. And for that reason, this is why I think James Bond would love it. Now, the other Creed is Green Irish Tweed. This one's been around since 1985, and this is a woody floral musk. This is a very simple fragrance. Lemon verbena, iris, violet leaf, ambergris, sandalwood. Those are the notes. When I think of James Bond wearing this fragrance, it definitely wouldn't be in the city. This would be something when he's out in the countryside, he's driving his car with the windows down. This is what I imagine he'd be wearing. Now, gents, earlier in this video, I talked about why I was so disappointed in these fragrances, and it really came down to my expectations. I thought I was going to smell something manly. I get some strong fragrances, something, that really 007 would wear, and these were weak. I didn't like them at all because I had a different expectation, and that's the power of fragrance. We're talking here about James Bond, hypothetical fragrances that he would wear based off our perception of him. And that's what smell does. It changes your perception. It affects your mood. It changes how you look at things. So imagine if you wanted to be able to focus in on your work, or you wanted to be, go to the gym and feel great, know that you're going to get a good workout. Wouldn't it be cool if there were fragrances that helped shift your mood by teaching you and conditioning you to understand notes and the way that those notes can affect your mindset? Guys, you don't have to imagine it. This is my new project, Mission Fragrances. Check this out. Honor, courage, commitment. Imagine fragrances that you could wear that would help you become a better man. How? I've broken out the notes. I now understand exactly what these notes do, and we've worked on a conditioning sequence so that you can wear this fragrance and condition yourself to feel more committed to your goals, to work on becoming the man you know yourself to be. Imagine a fragrance that when you put it on, you want to go to the gym. A fragrance that when you put on, you feel more confident, more courageous. That's what I'm doing here with Mission Fragrances. If this sounds at all interesting, down in the description of today's video, I've got a link over to Mission Fragrances where you can learn more, sign up for our early bird list. I'm really excited about this, guys. I think it's going to transform the industry. People smell these notes all the time, but they don't understand what they mean and how they affect us. I'm trying to change that. I'm excited about this, guys. And if you want to learn more, go check it out. I will link to it down in the description of today's vid. Now let's talk about some manly man fragrances. In the movie Goldfinger, James Bond is playing around with pussy galore. What fragrance is he going to be wearing under the parachute? Probably either Quorum or Antaeus. So Quorum is a woody, aromatic, mossy, earthy fragrance. It's got a bit of citrus, has some leather, a little bit of tobacco. This is a manly man fragrance. You wear this, you're going to put hair on your chest. Antaeus, on the other hand, is going to be more refined. It's got the woody, the aromatic, a lot of the same notes as Quorum, but there's just something more refined. Maybe it's the smoke. Maybe overall, it just smells cleaner. This is what I can imagine just being it's a little still animalistic, but you're wearing black tie. This is when James Bond saves the day. He's wearing that tuxedo and he still gets the girl. This is Antaeus. Now, what if you want to smell like James Bond, but you only got 20 bucks to spend? Check out Lalique's Homme. Now, this is a very classic smelling fragrance. It's a woody, citrus, aromatic fragrance. It's got a bit of a powder dry down, but overall, if you like Boys de Portugal, it's a very expensive, hard to find Creed fragrance. You're going to love this. It is very similar at a fraction of the price. And I have to say, I absolutely love the bottle. When it comes to old school fougères, if you're looking for a value buy, this is it. Now, gents, I know you got an opinion. I want to hear from you down below. Couple fragrances I thought about putting on this list, but I didn't. So let me know down in the comments, what did I miss? What should I have added to this list? Where did I make a mistake? I love hearing from you guys. So what video to watch next? Well, you like 007? Check out this video, how to shave like James Bond. We put together our James Bond routine on shaving, and I think you're going to enjoy it. Oh yeah. Shave like this and you'll look just like Daniel Craig. No, not really, but hey, you can hope, right? Check it out, guys.